you know what you do that thing where, like, you just stare at it, like, and then you look away, and you look back, because you think that if you look away, you're not seeing it clearly.
We'll drop in price.
So, because it was 40. Friday, it was 40. Saturday, it was 40. I don't know why I went on weekend. Sunday, fucking $80. I was like, well, take that off the list.
We'll revisit that in a few months.
Yeah, I'll check back if they have another sale. Like, they're rocking like a double down sale.
I do that all the time. I'll add stuff to the car and then I
just for whatever reason.
Pull away the TV and then I forget. And then next time I go to the store, I'm like, oh, there's stuff in my cart. And I open up the cart, I'm like, oh, fuck.
This is actually why I put it off, because I wanted to switch the payment, right?
Right.
It was on one credit card.
You wanted to put in the info.
Wanted to put another one.
That takes time and
But
effort.
I was like, it was like what the hell was it?
Fucking cards away over
there. Friday, because I went out with Ryan for the first time in, like, over a year. Like, we actually, like, we just went out, like, just me and him. Went out to a show.
Yeah.
A guy from high school, his band was covering Tool.
Oh!
Yeah.
They do good?
They did really good.
That's sweet.
The singer, I don't know if you know Nancy Freeborn or Nancy...
Nancy...
McNabb?
Yes, I know Nancy.
Okay.
And her brother.
Yeah. So, she's a really phenomenal singer. Not as good a fit for a Tool, though.
Oh, was she singing for Tool?
Yeah. She's good, and she did a really good job. But it was one of those where I was like, I kind of wanted more. But
Maynard's going to be a hard voice to replicate,
and
no
that's
matter
the thing.
what.
And that's the thing. But Ryan was saying that there are actually people in town that can nail it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So they could have outsourced, I guess, is what I was saying. But yeah, so me and him, we went out. But it was weird because, like, the show didn't officially start until 10 o'clock. Right? And this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he's a local celebrity. I wish I could remember his name.
Local celebrity.
But I can't recall his name.
A small handful there.
Right. And his band did the Ramones.
Okay.
Right? So, for an hour and a half, I'm just rocking out to Ramones. That's awesome. I got to hear Spider-Man, of course. Blitzkrieg, Bop, you know. A whole bunch of other songs I can't recall right now. Anyway, and then, of course, so that's an hour and a half, so now it's like 11:30.
That's a long set.
Or 11. Yeah, they went for about an hour. And
about
then
an hour?
Yeah.
So like an hour and a half is probably what the Ramones would actually do.
No, it was about an hour and a half, actually, now that I think about it. Because there's quite a bit of songs. But anyway, then, right after that, 10,000 Days was the band, the cover band for Tool.
Okay.
Came on. So we didn't actually get out of there until like 1 o'clock.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
but like,
late. Well, it doesn't start till 10.
Right, but I said to him, I was like, I remember like when the shows, like the doors would open at 8, right? Yeah. So the doors open at 9. We were there at like 9:30. Show started at 10, whatever. Which is fine. Like, I wasn't drinking because I was driving. I figured, you know what? We haven't gone out in forever. I'll be the DD for a change. Like, for a change, by that I mean,
what
like,
a noble gesture.
Ever. Like, I've never driven him around aside from, like maybe, oh, yeah, the day of the wedding.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, that was it, right? So, yeah, and I was saying, like, because I remember looking back, and like, last time we were there, it was like, show starts at, like, 9, but doors open at 8, and by the time it's 11:30, 12, you know, you're smashed. you're loaded. You know, and like 1 o'clock is pushing it late. Like that's a late night, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, of course I got home and I'm like, I don't want to put my credit card information in now. I'll do it tomorrow. And Saturday I completely forgot.
Yeah.
And Sunday was the whole big car. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's weird. It never went the whole weekend. Usually it would. Kick back on a Monday.
It might have been a Monday. No, I'm pretty sure. Unless it went Friday, Saturday.
And sometimes it got those like 48-hour only flash sale.
It was deals. Yeah. I think it was because the double down sale kicked in.
Okay.
So they don't want to run multiple sales at one time. So I don't know how long I'm gonna have to wait. I'm not paying $80 for the game. That's the thing. I toyed with the idea. I actually was like, well, you know.
I mean, you would get your bang for buck with that game.
I would.
It's not like a 6-hour game.
No. Especially because I'm coming hot off the heels of Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah.
Which, while I enjoyed, like I had mentioned, I liked it, and when I beat the game, there was a sense of like, okay, like I beat the game, right? But here's a couple of weird things, because you're never gonna play the game.
I won't.
I'm gonna spoil.
I won't play the game.
Some of the stuff. Spoilers. I assume you're recording, so just in case you spoilers.
I am. There's no intro to this video, but I'm recording.
One of the characters, Roland, he's from a different dimension.
Okay. May
or may not be our world. I'm inclined to think it is, right? Towards the end of the game, he really starts feeling the after effects of this boss, because this boss is also from a different dimension. This boss also, I think the boss actually destroyed his dimension originally.
Oh, okay.
Right? But anyway, I can't quite recall exactly. This is how lasting this game has stayed with me, like in terms of the story.
You just beat it. You just...
Yeah.
Like what, a week and a half ago?
Oh, about a week and a half ago, and I'm just kind of like, I don't really recall the ending so much. But, so he actually, when you beat the game, he disappears, because he goes back to his home world, right?
Okay.
Which makes sense, right? Yeah. But they have, they actually have, like, not a New Game Plus per se, but you can restart at your last save point, which is just before, like, the last spot that you can go to. And everything stays the same, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, all the experience that you get, all the last world weapons that you get, you keep all of that. I was like, I thought it would have been more interesting if they, like, complete the game and let you finish all the side quests without Roland, because you lost him. You know what I mean? I thought that would be kind of interesting, but they just say, you beat the game, yay! But if you want to finish up all your side quests and stuff, you'll just start at the last save point. Like, last possible save before the next boss.
I hate that.
I love the character, but I thought it'd be one of those things where, like, if we're continuing sort of a storyline afterwards, then they're like, it would be kind of interesting to have that as a lasting effect, right? The other thing that I actually was really annoyed by was, so, like, the main point of the story was that Evan, the king, reunites the entire realm in opposition against this boss, right?
Okay.
Which is really interesting, and they do this, like, it's all about, like, finding commonalities and realizing that we're all different and stuff like that, and we can come together to fight an enemy, right? Mm-hmm. Which is really great. Like, it was one of the reasons why I kept playing the game, because I liked that. It's kind of like Okami. Like, when you go to a new area in Okami, and you start doing all the little things, and then all of a sudden, you do just enough, and the whole world is like,
blooming.
Lush and blooming. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. You get that sense of accomplishment where you're like, yeah! So, like, every time you got to a new point in the story, and, they do their corny little spiel of the two nations joining together, you're like, yeah! This is cool, right? And it's just a very, like, optimistic game.
Yeah.
Pretty much like Okami, very optimistic, right? So the end has it where, Evan reunites the world, but he didn't actually fully reunite the world. It wasn't until his son, later, who actually was the one who got peace throughout the land. Not just in the major cities, but all the little boroughs and all the little cities and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's like, you beat the game.
As this guy. Realized that what he did was really for nothing, because it's his son later on.
Right, that you don't even see.
That you don't see nor play as.
Exactly.
That brought peace to the land.
So I was like, oh. So, like, I can kind of recall this theory of the ending and stuff like that.
Did you bunk the mother at any point?
No.
So they didn't even get to conceive.
We don't even know who he actually hooks up with.
No.
There's a hint with one of the only female party, or the second...
The only woman
one of
in
the
the
two
game.
only female party members, but this one is, like, his age, right? And you meet her, like, very early on in the game. In fact, she's your second or third party member that you get.
Okay.
Right? But anyway, so it was just one of those. They don't even officially say that it's her. You're left to infer. So there's a lot of these things where you're just like, I can kind of see why people were like, if you like Ni no Kuni, you'll like Ni no Kuni 2. But, like, the story of Ni no Kuni blows it out of the water. Like, just...
Which isn't surprising with Studio Ghibli involved.
Yeah, but, like, it's not... It is Studio Ghibli for sure. That's part of it. But even, like, the gameplay in Ni no Kuni is better than in Ni no Kuni 2. Ni no Kuni 2
Oh yeah.
was easy, like really easy.
Oh, so I probably like it.
You'll probably you'll like aspects of it, yeah.
But I'd probably get bored.
There's not much of the grinding.
Okay.
You know, like yes, there is a level
that's
of
generally
it,
where.
but it's like this. Like I said, the story is split up between the main story,
Yep.
the side quests, which are split up into 2 tiers, and then the city building, like kingdom building,
Okay.
which is literally like Civilizations or Sim City, where you actually like build.
Okay.
Which is not bad. Like it's actually kind of neat, and especially because like the better your kingdom is, the better access you have to spells and stuff like that. But like, it's actually really dumbed down. The only thing that I will say though, and one of the positives is that while it doesn't necessarily encourage exploring for guys that are like used to old school RPGs that are like, no, I'm gonna explore every nook and cranny.
Mm-hmm.
There is shit to find in every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
Like, there's not somebody that says, okay, so like if you go here, you'll find this, this, and this. Part of the side quests handle some of that stuff, but like I said, like I mean, overall, is it one of the best RPGs I've played? No. Is it one of the best RPGs I've played in a while?
Well, I mean, it could be.
I want to say yeah.
You don't really get a lot of RPGs anymore these days. Like,
no, it's not even that. It's like, I mean, like if I'm comparing it to the last RPG that I played, which was Persona 4, I would say this one is easier for most old school RPG fans to get into.
Okay.
It's like with Persona, and this is why I'm hesitant to do Persona 5, is the dungeon aspects is straight up RPG, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the only issue for me is that you rarely can you beat a dungeon in one shot, so you have to leave and come back, right?
Yeah.
Right, which I'm kind of like, okay, but it's the stuff you do during the day. So all the stuff happens at night in Persona. In all the Persona series, you fight the guys at night.
Yeah.
In like crazy dungeons. Like I'll say the dungeons are incredible. Like really well thought out dungeons in terms of their appearance. But then the stuff during the day is high school stuff. So you go to class, or you go to job, or you study, or you do all these random things.
I've always been intrigued by that series because I've heard a lot of good things.
I've heard nothing but good
things. And
things.
like the story, and like you said, like going to school and everything, like that's intriguing to me. It's very different.
It is super different, but like I think I only got to the 3rd dungeon in Persona 4. Although in Persona 4's defense, I put myself in a position where I either beat the dungeon or I lose the chance of getting this particular party member. I can't leave because they give you like let's say a 3-day window to beat this dungeon. I'm on the 3rd day, so if I leave this dungeon, I get like a horrible message where it's like, "Oh, that person passed away." It's a little bit more involved than just that, but it's like, and I literally was like, "Oh fuck!" I didn't know that could happen. I feel pretty shitty. So,
it's kind of funny.
As an example, Ni no Kuni, I will play again.
Yeah.
When they re-release it on the PS4 or whatever, get the itch.
It got re-released.
When I get the itch.
Oh, okay. You get the itch.
You know, I'll go, yeah, I'll play the thing again. Whereas this one, I'll never play it again.
No?
I'll never play it again. I can honestly tell you that. And this is a guy that's played Chrono Trigger probably about 10 times, and will continue to play that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and all the Final Fantasy games on Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Even the Breath of Fire on Super Nintendo. I'll play those. Long story short, Dragon Quest XI. You gotta be like $40 before I'll play you.
Play Final Fantasy VII in the meantime.
Yeah, I know. I honestly, the only reason why I haven't touched the demo, go like this though.
Oh, I got fuzzies?
Yeah. No, like right in there.
Right in here?
And now go like this.
No, like this?
You're good.
Right.
Okay. All right. The only reason why I have waited is because I'm really hyped right now.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you want to say fuck the demo and just jump into the game?
I'm debating it. I'm debating whether or not I do that.
The gameplay is totally different now. You know that, right? You've read about it?
I've seen videos. I watched the Rad Brad.
I want you to be aware of that.
I've watched the first playable demo.
It's not turn-based, yeah.
Where, yeah, but it looks fucking crazy.
It's so good, man. The gameplay is so
fluid. It looks
fluid.
crazy, but it looks like... It honestly looks like the action RPG that Final Fantasy has been trying to do since... Well, I mean, like, Final Fantasy 15, I think, was their first attempt at trying to do something like that.
12 was pretty...
12 is...
The gameplay in this is kind of like 12, but less hectic. 12, I felt overwhelmed, like, immediately. Like, I felt like, oh, man, this is crazy. Especially coming off a 10, right?
Distinctly remember, I was in the same boat because I came off 10, and I'm also, like, so entrenched in active time battles that when you get into, like, literally an MMORPG with an actual ending, and the whole Gambit system where they're like, you could literally make it so every party member does whatever the fuck they want. Like, whatever you decide, or, like, manually take care of everybody. The first time I played it, I remember just being like, I can't do this. Yeah. I can't do this.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It was.
Which, I mean, cool.
Then later, like, when I was like, you know what, I gotta try this. I gotta beat this. Yeah. Because, you know, and then I'm glad I did, because that's another one. I've beaten that twice now. And I'll probably end up playing that again, because it's such a great game. Yeah. The only reason why it's hard now is that, like, so Super Nintendo RPGs are typically 40 hours, 40 to 60, right? PlayStation, 60 to 80. Once you get to PlayStation 2, they're like 80 to 120 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
They're big. They're big. The kind of games like we're on the PlayStation would be like 6 discs.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Which is crazy, too, that Final Fantasy VII is getting split into 2 games.
I heard it was actually going to be more than that.
No, it's 2 parts.
2 parts?
2 parts.
Oh, interesting. I did hear... I'll say this real quick and we'll wrap this up. I did hear that, like... Because you get Red 13 at the end of the demo. Yeah. But they didn't want to make him playable because it was at the end of the demo. So they're like...
Makes sense.
Like... You'll get to play as him and all that coolness, but we just purposely made it so that he would be on his own type of thing. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of cool. Because I guess there was some flack where they're like, I wanted to play as Red 13, and it's like, it's a fucking demo.
You'll get to play. Be happy that you have a demo.
First of all...
In this day and age, demos, they're dying. They're going extinct.
First of all, it looks incredible.
Oh.
Like, absolutely.
It sounds incredible.
Incredible.
Like, everything's remastered with the sound.
Sounds incredible, okay? And then on top of that, when you actually get to the battles, I was like, it's one of those where when you think about it, as much as I love RPGs and I love like active time battles and stuff like that, like the old school, like the bar goes up, that kind of stuff. This is like if this was real almost. Like if this was real life, you would be able to slice and dice some guy, while at the same time throw fire at some guy. It wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to wait my turn, and then I'm going to wait his turn.
Exactly.
And then wait her turn, and then, oh, she's got a summon.
I thought that was awesome.
Smoke break, you know?
Like, on Cloud and Barrett's, like, they're just shooting away, and then, like...
And then it switches over?
And then you could switch and start shooting into the sky.
Which I thought was really cool. Like, so there's aspects of it. So I think the other part is I've seen enough of the demo that I'm like... I mean, sure, playing it is different. Yeah. But it's kind of like when you watch the Red Brad, after a while, it's like, I kind of just want to play the game. Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I just want to play the game. Yeah. You know? So, anyway, video game rant. Woo! Yay!